Hello friends, Namaste. My name is Siddharth and you're watching Padho. In case you're listening to me, on Strategical. So today we're going to discuss Indus Valley Civilization from the perspective of competitive examination. Before we deal with Indus Valley Civilization, we have to appreciate few things. First of all major ancient civilizations were established along the banks of major rivers. The abundance of agriculture due to fertile land helped these civilizations to thrive. There is no credible evidence though that which civilization came first. However, there is a wider consensus on Mesopotamian civilization being the oldest one. Indus Valley civilization was also an ancient civilization which flourished along the course of Indus River in the northwest part of Indian subcontinent. It was the period of Bronze Age. It is also referred to as Harappan civilization owing to the fact that this civilization was first discovered in 1921 at the modern site of Harappa situated in Punjab province, which is currently in India and Pakistan. The time duration of Indus Valley civilization as revealed by the radiocarbon technique is 2500 to 1750 BC. We will be starting with the geographical extent of Indus Valley civilization. The Indus Valley civilization was spread over a very large area, which today forms part of the northwestern India and Pakistan and also some parts of Afghanistan. So it covers lakhs of square kilometer of area, and this indicates that the Indus Valley civilization was the most extensive among all other ancient civilizations. So the current known extent of Indus Valley civilization is up to Sukta Gendor in Baluchistan in the west, to Alamgirpur in Uttar Pradesh in the east, to Daimabad in Maharashtra in the south, to a place called Manda in Jammu and Kashmir in the north. Now, Indus Valley civilization flourished in phases. There are three phases of development of Harappan culture or Indus Valley civilization. They are the early Harappan phase from 3300 to 2600 BCE. Then came the mature Harappan phase from 2600 to 1900 BCE. And then the late Harappan phase from 1900 to 1300 BCE. The early Harappan phase is related to Hakra phase. We call it Hakra phase because it is identified in the Ghaggar Hakra river valley system. And the earliest examples of Indus script dates back to 3000 BC. So we can relate the Indus script from the early Harappan phase itself. Now this phase is characterized by centralized authority number 1 and an increasingly urban quality of life number 2. So in this phase, trade networks were also established and there are also evidences of crop cultivations. So crops like peas, sesame seeds, dates, cotton, etc. were grown during this time. Kot Daji is a place which represents the phase leading up to the mature Harappan phase. By 2600 BC actually, the Indus Valley civilization had entered into a mature stage. The early Harappan communities were turning into large urban centers and towns like Harappa and Mohenjo-daro and Lothal came into existence. The signs of gradual decline of Indus Valley civilization are believed to have started around 1800 BC, and by 1700 BC most of the cities were abandoned. Meanwhile, archaeological evidences indicates that the late Harappan culture persisted till 100 to 900 BC also. We will now be covering some important cities and sites of Indus Valley civilization. So far, thousands of sites of Indus Valley civilization has been discovered by the archaeologists, and out of these few important sites are Harappa, Mohenjo-daro, Chanudaro, Lothal, Kalibangan, Banavali. The largest of the Indus Valley civilization site is Mohenjo-daro, which is currently in Pakistan. We will now be dealing with some important sites of IVC and important findings associated with them. So first site is Harappa. So Harappa was discovered in 1921 by Dayaram Sahani. It is situated in Pakistan's Punjab province on the bank of river Ravi, and the important findings associated with Harappa is sandstone statues of human anatomy, granaries and bullock carts. The next site is Mohenjo-daro. So it was discovered in 1922 by R.D. Banerjee. It is situated in Pakistan's Punjab province on the bank of river Indus. So Harappa was on the bank of river Ravi, while Mohenjo-daro is located on the bank of river Indus. Important findings of Mohenjo-daro are Great Bath of Mohenjo-daro, the granary, bronze dancing girl, seal of Pashupati Mahadev, statute of beard man, and a piece of woven cotton. So the next site, Sukta Gendor. It was discovered in 1929. It is located in Baluchistan province of Pakistan, and it existed as a trade point between the Harappan people and Babylon. Chanudaro is the next site. It was discovered in 1931. It is located on the bank of river Indus in Sindh province of Pakistan. Important findings of Chanudaro is the bead maker's shop and footprints of dog chasing a cat. The next site is Kalibangan. So Kalibangan was discovered in 1953 and it is located in Rajasthan on the bank of river Ghaggar. Important findings are fire altar, camel bones and wooden plow. Lothal, it was discovered in 1953. It is located in Gujarat on the bank of Bhogwa and it is near the Gulf of Cambay in Gujarat. Important thing about Lothal is that it was the first man-made port and it also had a dockyard. Evidences of rice husk, fire altars and chess playing were also obtained from Lothal. The next site is Surkotada. So Surkotada is located in Gujarat and here an important thing is that evidences of bones of horses are found and also beads. The next site is Banavali. Banavali is in Hisar district of Haryana. It was discovered in 1974. Important findings are beads, barley and also evidences of both pre-Harappan and Harappan culture are found in Banavali. The next site is Dholavira. So Dholavira is located in Rann of Kutch, Gujarat and it was discovered in 1985. Unique feature of Dholavira was that it had a water harnessing system and a water reservoir. Now, after discussing important cities of Indus Valley civilization, we will now be dealing with the important features of Indus Valley civilization. The first such feature is the town planning. So, town planning was a hallmark of Harappan culture. Harappan towns in cities were built as per grid pattern, wherein roads and bylanes bisected each other at right angles. Drainage system in the Indus Valley towns were very impressive. The drains were usually covered with stones. Burnt bricks of uniform size were widely used across towns. Large places of communal bath were also found as part of town. An important feature of the towns, they were divided into two parts. First one was the citadel where the upper class resided and in the other portion of the city, the working class resided. The houses were built in such a manner that their doors did not open to the main road. Instead, they opened to the streets and streets opened to the main road. The drainage system was also characterized by the use of gradient technique. Also, modern toilet can be associated to the Indus Valley civilization, and there were also wells found in houses of Harappan culture people. We will now be dealing with agriculture of Indus Valley civilization. So the Indus people sowed seeds in the floodplains in November when the flood water receded and reaped the harvest in April before the advent of next flood. So they basically welcomed flood because flood aided in the agricultural activity which was a prime source for livelihood of Harappan people. They produced two types of crops, namely wheat and barley. They also produced rye, peas, sesame and mustard. Now evidences of use of rice has also been found from Lothal. Indus Valley people were the earliest people to produce cotton. As cotton was first produced in this area, Greeks called it Sindan. So Sindan was called as cotton by the Greeks because it was first produced by the people of Indus Valley civilization. This word Sindan is derived from the word Sindh. Irrigation was prevalent during the Indus Valley civilization. With regard to domestication of animals, so animals like ox, buffalo, goat, sheep and pigs were domesticated. However, humped bull were favored. Dogs were regarded as pets and cats were also domesticated. We have already discussed the evidence of dog chasing a cat. Asses and camels were also used for commercial purpose in Indus Valley civilization. Horses were not in regular use. In fact, there is only one place from where we have got some evidences of horses. So there is still not much clarity about whether horses were in regular use or not. Harappan people were also familiar with elephants, rhinoceros and humped bulls. An ample amount of evidence can be gathered from the seals obtained. Now, with regard to trade and commerce was flourishing in Harappan age. Trade and commercial activities were carried on through seas as well as land routes. So water and land both were used for trading purposes. carts, chariots, and animals were means of transport as far as land trade was concerned, and for sea trade, big boats were used. For this purpose, at Lothal, a dockyard was built. The Harappan people had trade relations within India as well as with countries outside India. The Mesopotamian text of the same period referred to the trade relations with Mehula, which was the ancient name given to the Indus region. So, Indus region was called as Mehula by Mesopotamian civilization people. With no clear evidence of currency or money being used in the exchange, the trade must have been through barter system. So since there are no evidences of currency or money being discovered so far, therefore we are assuming that the trade occurred through barter system. Now Indus traders weighed their goods on scales using stone weighs. So the scale pans here are made up of copper. So the scale pans were made up of copper and the weights were made up of stone. The importance of trade in life of the Indus people is witnessed by the presence of numerous seals, uniform script, and regulated weights and measures in wide area. So these three things signifies the importance of trade in the life of Indus Valley people. First one is seals, second one is uniform script across the civilization, and third one is regulated weights and measures. So there were standard weights and measures. Now we will be dealing with the art of Indus Valley civilization. So the Harappan civilization belonged to Bronze Age. Harappan people used many tools and implements of stone, but they were also very well acquainted with manufacturing and use of bronze, which was made by mixing tin and copper. The bronze smiths manufactured not only images and utensils, but also various tools and weapons such as axes, saws, knives, and spears. Bricklaying was also an important craft at this time. Harappan people had the knowledge of boat making, seal making, and terracotta manufacturing. So this is another aspect of the art of Indus Valley civilization. Next is that Harappans were experts in bead making. Jewelry of gold, silver, and precious stones were also made. The potter's wheel was in full use during the Harappan age, and the Harappans produced their own characteristic pottery, which was glossy and shiny. Now, seals of Indus Valley civilization. So the seals were most commonly made up of statite stone. Statite is basically a kind of soft stone. And these seals were the greatest artistic creation of the Harappan people. The majority of seals have an animal engraved on it and also contains a very short inscription. Unicorn is the animal which is most commonly represented on all seals. These seals were extensively used for trading purposes. Now we will be dealing with the religion during the Indus Valley civilization. So the chief male deity was Pashupati Mahadeva. He is represented in the seals as sitting in yogic posture on a low throne and having 3 faces and 2 horns. He is surrounded by 4 animals: elephant, tiger, rhino, and buffalo, each facing different direction, and 2 deer appear at his feet. Chief female deity was Mother Goddess, who has been depicted in various forms. Mother Goddess was worshipped in Harappa. In fact, in a figurine, a plant is shown growing out of the embryo of a woman. Worship of fire is proved by discovery of fire altars at Lothal, Kalibangan, and Harappa. So fire worship was also there. Indus people also worshipped gods in the form of trees and animals, trees like people and animals like unicorn. Numerous symbols of phallu and female sex organs have also been found. So with respect to religion, Proto-Shiva, female deity in the form of Mother Goddess, worship of fire, worship of trees and animals, and Phallu worship can be associated to the people of Indus Valley civilization. Now, Harappan script. Harappan script is regarded as a pictographic script since its signs represents birds, fish, and a variety of human forms. So it is a pictographic script basically. The language of Harappan people is still unknown as its script has not been deciphered till date. Moving to the last lap of our lecture, the decline of Indus Valley civilization. So scholars have put forward a number of theories to explain the decline of and the final collapse of Indus Valley civilization. Some of these theories highlight the natural causes, whereas others mention human causes for the decline. 3 most prevalent theories for the decline of the civilization are Aryan invasion. Second one is ecological disturbances like low rainfall, floods, changes in course of river, and the third one is natural disaster like earthquake. Now, what are the contributions of Indus Valley to modern day civilization? In fact, the legacy of Harappan culture has continued till today. Their contributions are in the areas of irrigation, use of bricks in construction, plumbing, social structure, grid pattern of roads, cloth made up of cotton or cotton clothing, use of seals and symbols, domestication of animals, and use of clay and metal for art and craft. So now before ending this lecture, I also want to highlight the administrative aspect of Indus Valley civilization. One of the factors which make this civilization so unique, and it has also surprised scholars, is that there has been no mention of any ruler or powerful authority throughout the region. We also do not have anything about their governing system. Although it is very clear that it is unlikely that such an organized and systematic society can exist without any local or central control, these cities show very little or no evidence of it whatsoever. The closest we have come to depicting is the statute of the priest king. The king or the ruler is totally absent from the art or any other form of depiction. The priest king of Mohenjo-daro statute is the only evidence. It is also clear that such a big civilization could have never existed without a ruling authority, but since we do not have any evidence of king or dynasty, we cannot comment on this aspect. However, in Mohenjo-daro, the statute of priest king is found, and this is the closest depiction of a ruling figure in Indus Valley culture. Otherwise, the king or the ruler is totally absent from the art or any other form of depiction. So guys, this was all about Indus Valley civilization. I may have missed certain aspects, but again, this is not a factual class. So if you have any doubt, please let me know in the comment section. Thank you.